as I was saying in part one, um, it's obvious they can alter our reaction. My point is, these perps want you to identify with this. And this reaction that I was having toward this person who either is a late teen or early adult 20s, it was something that's forced onto me. But they do that to babies. And because she was like a young person, regardless of how young she was, it's because they want to paint me that's nature. And these kids know very well what's happening. Because even the way they react, it's like they want you to look at them because they know, oh, this person can be manipulated to experience that. It's like they look at me like I'm a robot. When I got out of this establishment at this after having brunch, she opened the door and just like I could feel her just staring at me up, like looking up, just wanting me to just like glance and look at her. And I could feel like, I'm looking, I am ignoring her. It's like I'm not even identifying. Nope. But this is what they do. The reason why I keep saying the same thing under the circumstances I'm in is like, while I'm dying, these people living this life will not go escape. They will not. Doing what they do at this comfortability, I'm talking about discomfortable, this level of comfortable, and I know everything's blurred. This is those people that I've showed you how this is how they're killing people. It just like that. My point is a child can do what they do. There's no mistake about them. Look at these people. You've seen this. I know this blur is hard to tell, but you've seen these people. This is somebody who can any second. The worst of the worst can happen to them, but when they interact with you via V2K, they're supposed to sound like this mystic being. And to counter the fact that they're manipulating us to experience this nastiness, they say random things in the tonality they harnessed. Keep dying. Can you imagine somebody just like that? I'm like, okay, I'd rather keep dying than living life the way you live, but I'm not going to let you escape while you're living this life. You, the living person. And there's no mistake. Just a clown life, a clown low life, working for pedophiles, feeling empowered. This is what this technology is capable of doing, and this is the reason why I'm experiencing. This is the reason why I'm experiencing these emotions. It's because they're playing my neural network, my neural network system, my brain, my cognitive ability, to make me experience the reaction they want me to experience. Like this man said here.
Designed to interact with the human nervous system in order to remotely pick up on someone's neural network or EEG, and not only receive that and monitor it, but manipulate it and place it back into the victim to control their emotions or control their actions or bodily functions for that matter. The other more recent term we have for that is EEG heterodyning or EEG cloning. The difference between EEG heterodyning and EEG cloning would be, let's say, me remotely receiving your EEG and then duplicating it and putting that in another person to give them your same thoughts or feelings or physical reactions. EEG heterodyning would be receiving your EEG, manipulating it to put it back inside your head to give us a desired physical reaction or emotional reaction.
And so those reactions are applied onto kids of all ages, even people who just look young. They don't even actually have to be kids. You can be a 20-year-old, but because the 20-year-old in my mind at this point can look like a teenage kid, they're going to do that. And then you have this perps who's like, no, we just exposed you. And sound angry. We exposed you. Like, you see the clown. Yesterday, it gets so bad that my brain, the thought process is so manipulated. Like, as this man said here about thought process, it's so manipulated that things at this point goes into your brain in ways that you don't. It's like, why am I thinking this idiotic way? Why am my brain just being manipulated to be this idiotic? Like, why am I thinking this idiotic way? Of course, it's because they are in my brain. It's so deep that they force you to have the thoughts and the thought process that they want you to have. But it's so illogical. It's so illogical. It's comical. It's just like, and these perps who are almost children themselves, or if not children, will gaslight you into this manipulated thought process. They have grown-ass men and women too, acting like children. After they make you think in this childlike, not even child, in this mentally handicapped way. They do this gaslighting after doing things like that.
And so this gets into what's called your rewiring their thought processes and brains.
They are rewiring our thought processes and brain. This is, you've seen that many times before, but I bring that all the time. And I'm doing it on purpose because these people want to truly delude themselves
If you have not,
that it's not.
let's say, berating you, and mind control is so powerful. These weapons of voice to God. I mean, you have no ability to discern, like looking at a computer screen, a television, what goes into your mind. It is directly stimulating those neurons to think that. So, I mean, is bypassing your peripheral vision. Some people,
They are control. This is how seriously manipulated we are when we deal with V2K. The thought process are just completely rewired. It's just completely, and on top of the thought process, those emotions and the reactions are like, oh my gosh, intense. I mean, they do that to babies, like little kids that you know they're babies. They look like kids. They babies. So when they do that to like older, maybe kids or young adults, it's like, I know it's not me because this is just an intense emotion. This feeling is just falsified. I can feel it. And it's crazy. Usually it happens when this potentially, like, this person's a child. If this person's like a 20-year-old, it just goes away. They stop doing it. But immediately when there's maybe a potential that's a child, that's stimulation. Emotions, reaction that just change. Sometimes it's like, oh, but you think it's good for her. But this emotion, this reaction, this sensation is what you're making me experience. And then it gets to the point I guess her age. I'm like, listen, I can give you a range. That's it. I will guess her age or what I look like. It's crazy to try to make you acceptive of this manipulation, because they do that to obviously children, like babies, even teenage kids, babies, like young teenage kids, like 14-year-old. So you just gotta be strong. Yesterday, my brain, oh my gosh, I'm mentally so I'm being so dumbed down. I don't know if it's a word. My thought process are so illogical. You know, they were talking about some random thing. I was watching this couple talking about, would you do this? You know, like this man said, you know, when you watch movies and whatever or TV, you don't know how your neurons are being activated to react, and like we don't understand that concept. Like you watch a movie, you see those reactions, this emotion, these things, the way you react. This technology can literally manipulate those same ones, and meaning that they can create these thoughts the way you would think when you like. It's so powerful. And I'm watching this person and they talk about like, would you do this and that for money, and that is like a game show for, you know, just very fun game show. And this person's like, I will never do that. I will not feel comfortable doing this in front of these people, like these scientists with like bald head and this like pedophile mustache. And they try to make me think, oh, remember you tried to have a mustache once, a mustache. It's like that time. I was like, this is so sad. They talk about me having a mustache at one point, and mind you, it was not like real, like it was not a look. It was not like something I was doing for, in as a normal thing. It was just like, okay, let me try a new look, and try to be kind of comical about it. I think it was November. You know how like you have like November beer. I was like, oh, let's do November mustache, something like that, like some kind of funny stuff I was trying to do. But that's not really my look. I don't even really have just like the mustache. I try to have as much as I can. My facial hair is limited, but if I can if I can have facial hair, I'll try to have like the whole like beard and whatnot, even though it's not really like that. But it's like, but that one moment, I'm like, what the hell? That's proof. You see validation. Or not even that one moment, but those time when you were thinking about getting a mustache, or when you're trying to be funny and have like this mustache there for. That's proof. And right now they try to go back. No, but remember that one moment when you were a kid. I'm like, Jesus. It's all about trying to break you down into accepting these manipulations. To try to break you down, and your whole ecosystem, as you heard the noise campaign, is meant to break you down. Because what's happening today, when you see a child, from the babies to the older kids, you will have these forced reactions that this woman here calls out for what it is.
What is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation, so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of planted dreams.
And I love the fact that she called it the pedophilia type of torture, because he just goes straight to the point. It's a torturous experience that is pedophilia-centric. And they do that things not only to me, but to others. And then they have these clouds like, now we mapped it with you, we made you think the way you used to. This trash ass. And you can see they alter the mind. For you to have this experience, it's disgusting. Oh, it's not unique to her, by the way. Let me just, in case this is
It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind. But it's thoughts of pedophilia. This disgusting thing.
It's beyond validation. They have these tactics to break you down. And these people try to play these protectors of children. And like I said, you've seen this before.
Hey, I just woke up after a pretty rough night. The same thing happened last night as the night before, which was whenever I was trying to go to sleep, the private parts of my body began being burned again, and it felt like a lot of strange things. I've been doing some research, I guess what it's called, organized stalking. I'd call a targeted individual. But the abuse last night was pretty extreme. I can feel it's going to be the same again today. Involved, but it seems that in a lot of capacities of the things that I've faced, just feeling some pretty general fear about my own safety, because the government's burning the private parts of my body.
This is what they could.
All of that today, this morning, not even noon yet here, and already I'm experiencing the pain and harm to my body, to the private parts of my body. It's just hard to feel hopeful. I just wake up and get out of bed and not know like what a day will bring, and just trying to
They do that to children too. I mean, of that nature, the kind of torturers that is aimed to the private part. This is who is in your brain doing these horrible things. And I will never let them escape. As easy as it is to do what they do, I will never let them think that what they do, as easy as it is free. Target individuals stay strong.